Tell the audience how cool you are.
I think that's a strong exaggeration.
Music. Roll the music. Welcome to the Dream Big podcast, where our goal is to find the biggest dreamers in the entire world and bring them on this podcast so you can learn lessons from them, what they did, how they got there. And I could not be more excited about this guest today. Others might call him a similar personality, a similar crazy guy like myself, a similar mattress nerd like myself. But Scott Smalling, welcome to the Dream Big podcast, baby. Let's go.
I can tell you how happy I am to be in Pueblo, Colorado.
Ooh, you had a slopper today for lunch?
I had a slopper for lunch.
Come on now.
I mean, you can't do better than that.
I could not be more honored to have you here today. You are, what I know of you, you are not only just a really big deal in this industry, but you are a super amazing human, a good family man, a business guy.
My wife listening?
You know, this guy is something special. And we hit it off from day one. Everybody that knows us was like, you guys got to meet each other. Y'all are both crazy lunatics, but y'all enjoy life a little bit.
Absolutely.
So, and it's been love at first sight ever since I've seen you. So I'm excited to have you here today.
I'm excited to be here. This is awesome. I mean,
let's go.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's go. And you are doing things to change the world. You've been in this industry for a long time and in a lot of different places in this industry. So let's start there. Tell us about you.
Okay, all right.
Let's go
all the way back.
Tell us your story, baby.
Yeah, it goes back to foam. Actually, is Grandpa started a foam. He was a bootstrapper back in the days when that may or may not have been a thing. Started a company called Industrial Rubber, which was a foam fabrication company. You take big buns of foam, you cut it up into pieces. And Dad took over, and I took over. When I took over, I was like, I want to do something that has my name on it, within the company. And so I looked at the mattress industry and I said, this is kind of a fun space to be. There's some brands out there that were back in the memory foam space. We'll be gentle. And I looked at what they were doing. I said, I think I can do something like this. So I started a brand called Comfortpedic back in 2003 to throw my hat in the ring. And we had a great run. There's other great people in the industry like Rick Vanderwood that you know very well. That
introduced us together. He's one of my mentors.
He's
a special human.
Superhuman being. And he actually joined our company at one point. Had a great run, created some new different things for the industry. We helped create the foam technologies a little bit different, so it's a little bit easier to sleep on, and then had a very nice exit to Simmons. Sold our company to Simmons in 2007, and then I spent 8 years there kind of honing the craft around innovation. Did something really fun that I don't think you've heard about that I think you would really geek out on.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Let's go.
We had a road show. And it literally was taking a 53-foot, tractor trailer, and it was fully changed out into a showroom. 2 sliding glass doors, 6 flat screen TVs, 6 or 7. This is really kind of be a snooze thing. Actually,
nice.
You got to think about this. And literally took it on the road. We did this for 4 years. Of course, we took breaks. And we traveled 100,000 miles, and we would launch the new products coming out, Comfortpedic back in the day, and we would go right to the retailer's doorstep. We would do, consumer-facing things.
Wow.
But the piece where I think is going to tie it into Relief Bed is that's when I really started doing a lot of outreach, and we did tornado, outreach where we would donate beds, normal beds, the kind of beds that we all sell, to the families that suffered from that. We did fire station makeovers. And so I started really getting excited about this space. But there's a lot of product that's available for those kind of things. And so I thought, what could I do that's a little bit uniquely different? And that's kind of what started the engine around Relief Bed, because our beds are completely for emergency shelters and for disaster relief and things like that. So that's a kind of a shorter version of it, but that's where the life came from: foam to mattresses to doing things and doing outreach, and then having that outreach turn into what has turned into a great mission.
I love everything about it. And you're a big deal in this industry. Well, and you walk around Vegas and they're like, fan. Oh, look at that Scott Smalling, look at him. You're truly a big deal, and you're very connected, but you've also earned your stripes in this industry. You're not just a guy in the corner. Like you've done a lot to get to this point with adjustable beds, with, I want to get into Relief Bed, but I want to get into that before Relief Bed, like you've worked for some big companies.
Yep.
You've helped big companies with Comfortpedic. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's fun.
Still going on.
Yeah, Comfortpedic's still a brand. I really enjoyed my time with Simmons. And then it's when I parted ways that I actually spent a year to kind of get Relief Bed up and going. That's not a thing that necessarily pays the bills. It's purely a 501c3 nonprofit. So a little pitch. But then I went to work for companies like a company out of Korea where we brought in a smart technology to the industry and really learned about how that adjustable comfort world works. And then what I'm most blessed with is about almost a year now ago, Emma, who's based out of, as you know, is based out of Germany. They tapped me to run retail in the U.S. and we're just loving it. So we're just having a great time.
And you guys are one of the biggest in the world.
Yeah, a little pitch for Emma. Just became the largest D2C brand in the world. 35 countries, big top line sales, and just amazing founders. Little pitch out to Manu and Dennis, the founders. Just an amazing, completely game-changing organization than what maybe we've all become used to. Kind of like Snooze, in the sense that you guys are shaking it up and doing some crazy things and doing it all right. So,
yeah, I mean, I love that. I appreciate that. And from an Emma standpoint, I mean, been around 7 years.
Yeah.
And from America's standpoint, we know of Purple, this direct-to-consumer, big Purple marketing company. It's amazing what they do.
Sure.
But Emma's actually bigger than them.
Yeah.
And in America, we've not heard of Emma yet.
Right.
They're coming in hot right now.
That's why we're here.
We had dinner in Vegas, with you and those guys, and I was super impressed. Young guys, energetic as heck, but really they're here to shake up the industry a little bit.
Absolutely.
And again, that's our goal in life. It's Snooze Mattress Company. Our goal is to shake it up. This industry is a little stagnant. It's been around for a long time, and there's nobody that's trying to push it and push it to the edge. And what can we do differently? And how do we have a different experience? And how do we truly care about sleep and the end consumer than it is just selling a rectangle and trying to make a commission? It's a different game that we're in. And that's, we've been talking about mattresses and sleep all day long. And I think that's what I love about you is you got so many ideas. I got so many visions. Like together, I think we can reinvent this whole thing, but we got to stick in a lane sometimes,
Absolutely.
But there's so many things that'll help consumers sleep at the end of the day and that will really, really help change the game.
Right. I was telling you earlier, and I think the listeners will get a kick out of this because obviously ADHD is a big deal. OCD, obsessive compulsive, is a big deal, and I'm not making light of any of it because I have it. But what's cool when you have both, right? You're not just constantly, like I'm assuming you may struggle a little bit with ADHD. You're a busy guy, yeah.
A lot of
again,
it.
It's a complete gift to people that have it. But that will tend to make people like kind of bounce from different subjects. Hey, there's a fly. But what's beautiful about having the balance of OCD and ADHD is as you start to obsess on something, you're only there for about 30 seconds before you're like, fly,
right?
And you're over here, or ball, like from that one movie Up.
I love it. Yes.
So that's been, of course, a gift that I've had. As you say, I've got my fingers in a lot of pies and just doing a lot of things. And that's what I think keeps me motivated. I think that's an asset that I bring to the companies that I work for
sure.
Is I'm not just focused on one thing. I can bring a lot of different things to them, and I think I'm a bigger asset for them than I would be if I just performed one function. If you do that function well,
absolutely.
I think if you're out there, because if I'm in a different group, I can pull what I'm doing over to that segment. So it's exciting.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love everything about it. So. Based out of Seattle area.
That's the best way to put it. It's Tacoma.
Seattle-ish. Tacoma.
Made famous from Stripes when John Candy said Tom Tuttle, Tacoma, Washington. If you that dates it for a lot of people out there. People are going Stripes.
Love it.
I don't remember that movie.
I love it. I love it. And family.
Yeah.
Love to travel. What do you do for fun?
What's funny is my family's great. I've got a wife of almost 30 years, and 10 years of the best years of my life. And she loves when I say that joke. I don't know if you picked up on that or not, but they'll be like, "How long have you been married?" I've been married 30 years, and it's the 10 best years of my life. And they're just like, "That's not cool." And it's like, "Yeah, but it's funny." And that's really all that matters is if it's funny.
I get it.
Son Hunter, daughter Sharky. That's her actually given name. It's been a great name for her. Sharky, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, Sharky and Hunter. So at one point we had a sailboat, and the name of the sailboat was Shark Hunter. And so people would actually, think, well, that's kind of a cool name. You're out looking for sharks. No, that's our kids' names.
That is so great.
And we live in the Northwest. We love, if you ask me what we like to do for fun and relax, it would be sailing. We have a little thing. I know you like to be down in the Caribbean when you can. We have what's called the Caribbean of the Northwest. It's called the San Juan Islands, and it truly is a boater's paradise. It doesn't have beaches and pina coladas, But it's just a beautiful island. So we've got orca whales and, just amazing fauna up there. And so that's where a lot of the boaters will boat. That's what we do for fun. And then we've just basically, by our own sweat and tears, have built a ranch where we live, and we do all the work out there. So during this time of year when the grass is growing all over the place, that's my relaxation. Is it takes me 3 days to mow our property.
Wow.
And I just sit out there like Tom Hanks in that movie where he was on his lawnmower, and just sit there and mow.
I love it.
But you know what happens during those lawn mowing sessions?
What happens?
Come up with a lot of ideas.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. That's your little yoga, your meditation.
It is. It's called
You gotta
mower
have
yoga.
it. I love it. I love everything about it.
Yeah.
All right. So, super dad, super husband, 30 years. That's an accomplishment of its own. That's pretty special. So, congrats on that. Relief bed. Let's talk about relief bed. This is a big deal. There's a lot of special things going on with this, but the whole world needs to know about relief bed. And
Yeah.
tell us, you're the brainchild, but there's a lot to this. So tell us, what is relief bed?
All right. So Relief Bed was founded in 2015, like I had mentioned, after I left my post at Simmons and really wanted to do something to give back. And so what we did is we created beds. We have probably 3 different beds, but we've kind of narrowed it down now to one bed that really is the workhorse. And we wanted to donate beds to homeless shelters and to disaster relief. So fast forward, 7 years almost since we started Relief Bed. We've distributed more than 31,000 beds to homeless shelters in the United States, and now to relief projects worldwide. With our favorite project only being about a month ago, we proactively did this. Thank goodness, we had some donations come in to kind of back us up after the fact, but we donated 1,000 of these beds to Ukraine with partners of World Vision and Convoy of Hope. They actually accepted those donations. And how we work is we can only do this work here. We can't have people on our team over there. We're not that big. So we partner with